Thousands of social media feeds across the internet suddenly filled with the exact same two words, real hero. The event triggering this reaction took place during a severe flooding crisis in Indiana. Rivers had breached their banks, swallowing local roads and wiping out standard infrastructure. During a natural disaster of this scale, emergency responders follow a strict operating procedure, secure property, and prioritize human lives above all else. The baseline expectation of bravery is already pushed to its limit, just keeping people alive in a shattered environment. Captain Joe Sinclair was out patrolling one of these highly active zones, navigating a roaring, chaotic stretch of water. Over the deafening sound of the surge, a high-pitched, desperate cry broke through the noise. The source was a tiny, fragile fawn, trapped in the rising deluge. Standard protocol is clear: save humans first. Sinclair had to decide if he would follow the manual or accept the massive physical risk of the water to reach a creature he wasn't required to save. He reached a point where he had to choose between established safety rules and a raw instinct to intervene. To understand the physical threat of that choice, we have to look at hydrodynamic force. The danger of floodwater is dictated by how fast it moves, not just how deep it is. Just 6 inches of fast-flowing water has enough kinetic energy to break an adult's center of gravity and knock them down. Beneath the surface, the water hides heavy debris moving at high speeds. A fall here is often fatal. Look at the actual water conditions Sinclair faced. It is a churning, muddy foam with zero visibility and a violent, unpredictable current. Choosing to enter this flow means disregarding the basic safety margins established for first responders. Sinclair stepped into the hazard zone. The water fought his advancement immediately. The current battered his legs, while the unseen ground offered zero footing. Halfway through the surge, turning back to the boat would have been the logical, professional decision. He kept pushing forward, reached the fawn, and secured the animal in his arms before fighting his way back through the current. His success required beating severe hydrological odds and entirely departing from standard emergency rules. Raw footage of that extraction was uploaded online and generated millions of views globally. The footage resonated because it captured a responder accepting a massive physical risk for a life he had no professional obligation to save. We usually define heroism by mandated rescues, saving people from burning buildings or sinking cars. This act involved an entirely unmandated risk. The video's virality was fueled by the public's recognition of an undeniably selfless act. It raises a question about the nature of bravery. Is it defined by who is being saved or by the instinct to protect? Disaster scenarios always leave behind a population of the voiceless, animals entirely incapable of navigating our infrastructure or advocating for their own survival. True courage is measured by the willingness to look at the most vulnerable life in a deadly situation and risk everything to ensure it survives.